A king who surrendered to Krishna long ago in ancient times. There lived a powerful and generous king named Bali Maharaj. King Bali ruled a vast kingdom with great strength and courage. His armies were strong, his treasury was full, and his people respected him greatly. But Bali Maharaj also possessed another quality that made him famous throughout the land. He was extremely charitable. No one who asked for help ever left his palace empty-handed. Every day, people came to his court asking for gold, land, food, or protection. The king happily granted their wishes. However, deep within his heart, a quiet pride began to grow. He believed no one was more generous than him. One day, during a grand sacrificial ceremony, many priests and scholars gathered in the king's palace. Gifts were being distributed everywhere. Suddenly, a small young Brahmana boy entered the royal court. The boy looked simple and calm, holding a wooden umbrella and wearing humble clothes. Yet his presence filled the hall with an unusual divine energy. This mysterious boy was actually the Supreme Lord appearing in a special form. When the boy approached the king, Bali Maharaj welcomed him respectfully. "Dear young Brahmana," the king said kindly, "please tell me what you desire. I will gladly grant it." The boy smiled gently. "I do not need gold or riches," he said. "I only ask for 3 steps of land." The court fell silent. The request sounded incredibly small. The king laughed warmly. "You could ask for villages or treasures. Why only 3 steps of land?" But the boy answered calmly, "A person who cannot be satisfied with 3 steps of land will never be satisfied with the entire world." The king was impressed. He agreed immediately. The king was impressed. He agreed immediately. But at that moment, the king's spiritual teacher suddenly became worried. He sensed that the boy was no ordinary visitor. "Your Majesty," the teacher warned, "this boy is the Supreme Lord. If you grant his request, he may take everything you own." The king paused. For a moment, he thought deeply. Then Bali Maharaj smiled peacefully. "If this is truly the Lord," he said, "then what greater honor could there be than offering everything to him with full sincerity?" The king poured sacred water into the boy's hands, the traditional way of confirming a promise. Instantly, the small boy transformed into a gigantic cosmic form. His body grew as tall as the sky. With the first step, he covered the entire earth. With the second step, he covered the heavens. There was no place left for the third step. The divine form asked the king, "Where shall I place my third step?" The entire universe watched silently. King Bali folded his hands and bowed his head. "My lord," he said humbly, "please your third step on my head." At that moment, all his pride disappeared. The king had surrendered completely. Instead of punishing him, the Lord was deeply pleased, because Bali Maharaj had offered not only his kingdom, but also his heart. The Lord blessed him with eternal protection and a place of honor among the greatest devotees. And so the powerful king became famous, not for his wealth or his armies, but for his perfect surrender to God. Moral of the story: true greatness comes from humility and surrender to God.